Hello everyone. So we are going to discuss about planning in India. Especially in this chapter, there are some reports. Those are area-wise reports. Okay, regarding planning. Okay, so the idea for the need of planned development of India became more popular by the 1940s. Okay, so it was under this pressure the government of India started making some planned actions in this direction. Okay, so in 1940 we see some several important area wise specific reports were published. Okay, so first one, Gadgil report on rural credit, and Keragat report on agriculture development. Third one, Krishnamachari report on agriculture prices, Saraya report on cooperatives. Fifth one, a series of reports on irrigation, especially on the basis of groundwater and canal, etc. Okay, so on the basis of area-wise these reports, it has some important definitions. Okay. So basically, all these reports were prepared with great care and due scholarship also. Especially, they found the government had hardly any zeal to implement the plans on their findings. Okay, so but independent India was greatly benefited. So independent India, so it was greatly benefited when the planning started covering all these areas of concern. Okay, so here there is no doubt drawing that conclusion that prior to independence there was a significant measure of agreement. There was a significant measure of agreement in India between government of India under the Secretary of State and the Indian National Congress, prominent industrialists and others. Okay, it means there is no doubt regarding the conclusion, which was the prayer to the independence, and it is a very significant measure of agreement. So it was agreement. It means we should combine and we should be one thing in each and every point which is related to the planning. Okay, so between India and the government of India, Indian National Congress Party, and prominent important industrialists. In the previous class, we discussed about some industrialist and capitalist. Okay, and others on those following principles. So those principles are: first one, there should be central planning. Okay, so it is not related to the state planning because there are so many states. So whenever there is a power in the central level, so each and every state has to responsible the particular central planning. Okay, so there should be a central planning where the state should play an active part. Each and every state has to play the active part for social and economic development to bring a rapid rise in the standard of living, because when we got independence, so in that particular time there were so many poor people are there. Even the industries were not developed by Britishers in India, so that's why there was a backwardness and poverty. So uh, to improve the conditions of the standard of living, just we have to play the active role in the central planning. Okay, and next one, there should be controls and licensing in order, among other things, to direct whenever a person wants to invest the money in direct way, so it has some controls and license method. Okay. Okay, so here balanced development in all sectors is very important for the economy, and establishment of the basic industries is very important, essential for the country. Here, the state owned and state managed enterprises has to pay great attention, and it has an important role to play also. So because we have some differences in approach, because there are so many specific fields that to be allocated for the public and private sectors. Okay, and it is very highly interesting and important point, so that is to be noted. So all the above agreements what we discussed in three agreements and opinions were reached through an evolutionary manner before independence. Last 2 decades before independence only, so each and every person got, and they knew about these opinions and agreements. So in the deliberations, whenever there are some deliberations and exercises regarding the need for the economic planning, they should get an idea regarding how we should behave, and how our planning is to be going. So these all things they knew about planning at present, what we are following before 2 decades of the independence. Okay. Okay, so the plans prepared by Government of India, Bombay Plan, and other above discussed plans, except National Planning Commission and Sarvodaya Plan. So the remaining planning, so they suffered from serious limitations. Okay, so when they were prepared, so it was only know about the transfer of power to the private or public sector, but the exact form of the future government was not known by all these plans. So here the plans and proposals, plans are very consistent and these were prepared by the proposals of experts. So in that proposals there is no effectively coordinated. All the things were not covered in the plans of the experts. Even they had no social philosophy. Okay, so that's why whenever we got independence, so they became inadequate. Okay, so it means when we got independence, those plans were inadequate. Okay, so the thinking had taken place on the planning generally, and its techniques were proved useful for the future. So that's only the National Planning Commission was finalized, and it became the important economic body for India. Okay.